Yes.
Hey guys, it's Big Sexy with Big Sexy Outdoors. If you guys are looking for your bucks to be big and sexy like me, I recommend you go out and get yourself some Big Sexy by Domain. This product is filled with radish, turnips, and kale, and other vegetation to keep the deer coming back all season long. Go out to your local Tractor Supply and purchase some today. Big Sexy by Domain.
No relation.
How we doing, guys?
Bronson, where'd you come from, buddy?
I've been here.
He's
He's a 2-foot ninja.
Yeah, you gotta watch. He just shows up. He's scary. Tell him, Bronson. You don't know karate, but you know crazy.
I believe it.
Dude, like a thief in the night.
Right.
Hey, you gotta watch him, man. So guys, I apologize. I somehow deleted everything I had up here, so I'm trying to put it back on quick.
No worries.
In the meantime,
In the meantime, Chris, do your
we
thing.
could run. We could run the other two if you want.
Yep, go ahead.
So, all right, because we had successfully launched Gone Hunting, we've got it in the mail. I've sent out tons of packages, even up to today. I sent some out. There were a couple of stores that bought, so I sent those giant packages out from our GoFundMe, and
There's the GoFundMe.
so that was
Go for me, Jasper. You killed me with that. I lost it.
But I've been wanting to do since we first started this a giveaway. Okay,
Blow that up.
Sorry,
Okay.
I only got one hand. So I got the Rack Up the Points hat. That's the one we're going to give away first. And let's see, share the screen. Now, this isn't the Wheel of Sexy, but, it's pretty close.
It's a gun
close.
show.
So I'm going to hit the spin.
Chris, wait, before you hit spin, you got to add two names to that. You got to add Dave Barnes.
I can't read, though.
Neither can Dave.
Well, that is true.
Neither can Dave, but he can hear. So.
You got to add Dave Barnes. He just purchased one. You and I were there for that. Jim Arntz, ARTZ.
Why the hell did you put an N in it? It's not Arts, it's Arts. I'm going to shoot him.
And
Ooh, a comment.
God,
Hold on.
I hope there's nobody else I'm missing.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, ready? Because I never got to hit the wheel. I'm going to hit the wheel.
Hit that wheel.
I think we're ready. Anybody that purchased Gone Hunting, go ahead.
Hit it like Tina Turner. What?
Burn it,
Oh,
buddy.
dude, that was
Hey,
that was wrong on so many levels.
what's love got to do with it?
Oh, there we
Todd
go.
Brady. Not Tom Brady, although, So I'm going to hit the save on this one. And,
All right, Chris, you're writing all that down. You're taking care of that.
Dude, who are you talking to? Of course.
So I'm failing. You don't want me to do it.
All right. So that was for the hat. So you're going to get the old Rack Up the Points hat. We're going to send it off to you. There you go. Now, for the next one, that's... It'll take 45 minutes to get across. But it is the signed Gone Hunting metal poster. Okay?
Sweet.
Yep. Make sure I keep it in between the two pieces of cardboard to keep it safe, and it's in plastic wrap, so it's all good. Saving that signature that's going to be worth $37 billion one day. So you're going to want this.
Well, I'm going to start buying property now.
Have it paid off by the time it's worth some money, huh?
That's right, baby. That's right. All right, here we go. I thought for sure Justin was going to get that last one. He sucks.
Chris, dude, Chris is on a no filter day.
He's having a good time.
Oh, I know them.
Alex?
Alex is the
Ben, let me
store-
guess. It's pronounced cinnamon.
Yeah, right. Alex is the store from Pittsburgh that I was gonna have Ben drop it off to, but then he got lost.
Dude, it was an hour and a half from my destination. It already took me 4.5 hours to get there. There was no way I was driving out. Listen, Alex, if you're watching, I am very sorry, brother, but I was not driving another hour and a half and then home.
Who would have been for a gator? He would have dripped.
No, not even for a gator.
Cool. He gets the poster.
Oh.
He's a future billionaire. You're welcome, Alex.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bank it, man.
There you
Back
go.
it
I
while
have
you
it
can.
saved. Have it all saved, all ready to go. Hit the remove, and that was that. All right. See you guys tomorrow. End broadcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, real quick, just because we're so far behind, and Chris and I said we had to do this in the beginning because we're so far behind, and I don't want to blow it off anymore. I'm going to take over screen share in a second.
You can't.
Bear with me 1 second. Share screen.
Yeah, I went to like 5
Fire
stores today.
screen. Share. All right, guys. So here, I got a list of names I want to use too. So here's names. I'm going
He
to
doesn't
throw
know
this
how to
out.
put it up on this thing.
Can you see it, Chris?
No, I mean I can't. I'll put it up, but yeah.
All right, put it up. So this is, these are names of everybody that has commented or watched on our Facebook page. I did not go through our group. Listen, I didn't go through a group, but I didn't go through YouTube. I just went by our page because we are so far behind and I deleted. So
Is that Mrs. Squatch going around there?
So I am going to hit, no, but Squatch's wife is on here, I believe it is.
That's what I said, Mrs. Squatch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, Mr. Squatch.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not here judging what she identifies.
All right, let me hit a name. We're going to move fast.
Dun, 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 dun,
There's a new name.
Ooh.
I was getting ready to hit Matt over here, but oh man.
Cool.
All right, so there's a new name. You have, Amy, you're going to have 30 days to claim whatever just pops up next. Here we go.
Wait a second. Was one of those things a coot decoy? That's like the worst gift in the world.
I don't know, man. I got an
It's
uncle.
a sample, brother. It's a sample.
Hey, cool.
Ooh, now we're talking. Literally right there, coot decoy. Come on now.
Salmon flies. So you
I think
have,
that's actually taken
those
care
are personally made by our very own Casting with Skip. You have,
I want to
forgive
see
me,
him
I'm
sign
terrible
those.
at this. So you have 30 days to claim your prize. There you go. Now,
Did
before
Skip
we
sign
lose anybody, and we hurried through, Bronson, tell your story. You have an upcoming adventure. I know you do. You're excited. Your dad made it very clear to make sure we reminded you. So let's hear this upcoming adventure. We want to hear it, buddy.
All right. So it's a pheasant hunt.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Okay.
cool.
Tell us about it.
It's at March's Game Farm, and I'm going with my dad, and we want it at a raffle basket giveaway.
Cool.
Nice. Is it just so? How many people are allowed to go in your group?
Well, it was this. I think it was the same price for 2 people to go.
Ben, stop trying to get in on it.
So
Yeah.
Matt, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be his dad for that day. You're going to have to go.
Have you ever gone pheasant hunting before?
Nope.
Cool, man. You're gonna have a great time. That's what I got started in hunting with, is pheasant hunting.
I'll make
It is
sure I
cool.
record it on my new camera.
Yeah,
There you
cool.
go.
Now here's a question for you. Are you? Is it going to be a? Yeah, Matt can video. Come on, your dad can video. Look at this. He's on here telling us he's going to video. So are you? Is it like the? I know at that place. I've never been there, but I know from other people who have been there. They do a continental hunt, where they fly over and you shoot them and you have the opportunity to hunt them later, or they do where you actually go in and hunt them out of the grass? Which one are you doing?
I think the one where you go in and hunt them in the grass.
That's going to be a good one. So you need my dog, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, take him up on that.
Is that what I'm hearing? I'm hearing I'm going to have to go anyway, so you can use my dog.
Guy doesn't
Oh,
have
you even got a dog. I can't even go. I can't even watch, man.
I thought you were gonna say your dad was gonna go flush the birds for you, and I was kind of getting excited for you.
Dude, you got a guided dog and everything. You're gonna have it, mate. Yo, listen, bud, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you,
You're gonna have such a good time. That's the first time I ever did was what you're doing now, and it is so much fun. Oh my gosh, I still think about that. I remember I wrote about that recently, and it's like, for me, it's 15 years later, and it's like it was yesterday. It was so cool.
I can honestly say I've never hunted pheasants.
What?
Oh my god, dude!
Well,
you're not
like
living.
turkeys are basically the same thing. So
More.
Yes, and no. Turkeys you call in. Turkeys you can shoot at a far distance in the fall.
not
Yes,
really. I
place.
only
There you
flush
go.
Turkeys. I only flush turkeys, Ben. That's my style.
But pheasants is. I'll tell you this: you're gonna have a blast. Is all I can say. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but you are gonna. Depending on the dog, every dog's different. Some dogs, my dog doesn't point. My dog will just act weird, and then I know she's like you'll see her tail go 100 miles an hour, and I know then she's on something. So I'm just waiting, and I'll have to tell her to. I'll just say, "Hey, watch," and then she'll slow down a little bit, and it's gone. There's no time to wait. Matter of fact, she'll come back with it in her mouth if it don't fly right away. But then you have pointing ones. The pointing ones, if you watched any of the videos Barnes shares, Bronson, that's fun. That dog will just creep and watch the bird the whole time on a dead point, and then he'll say, "Get him!" and then poof. Oh my god, I love that. That's my favorite.
What he doesn't tell you is he taught Haley to do that first, so the dog would follow after.
Right.
You should see her bounding through the bush, and I've seen her, man. It's just
That's how she became so good at sports.
exactly. She can get down to catch the softball because she's used to jumping down for pheasants.
Right.
Trying to
That's
catch a
the
pheasant.
secret.
You honestly know how I taught Haley to pheasant hunt? I'm gonna tell you guys. So Bronson, this is a story for you. If you've never done it, it's gonna cost your dad some money before you go, but you know your dad has money, you'll be okay. So what we did is we bought pheasants. I went out and bought them at an auction. They were like $12 a piece or $10 a piece, and we bought a crap ton of pheasants, and we staked them on a piece of mason string on a 100-yard string. I tied their 1 foot to it, and that way, whenever my dog flushed them, I had a young pup at the time. I wanted to teach the dog to keep flushing. And I knew Haley never shot before, so I knew we were losing these birds. I mean, it was a given, right? So how do you take it where you don't lose your birds? I only had a small piece of property we could do it on, so we released 5 at a time, and we just stake them out till they shot them all. I took her and another young kid. They were 8 years old or 7 years old, and they were going through a 410 shotguns as they fly up with single shots. Man, we laughed so hard. They were missing. I'll tell you what, I was holding my stomach. I was laughing that hard. At one point, the bird flew at her and almost hit her in the face, and she missed it. I mean, I all I can tell you is it was a blast.
That's cool.
That coming into your face is kind of a hard shot, so I don't blame her for missing that one.
Yeah, not at all.
Listen, they were sitting on the ground and she was missing them. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, but no, I won't say.
Good. She gets it from her dad. Good.
Yeah. I've seen the video.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting. I'll help you.
Genetics.
Didn't they? Yeah,
Genetics.
didn't they bring that up
It's tough.
last week about you and the rabbit hunts?
It's tough.
I want you to know, we could play a YouTube video right now with a rabbit that was on the ground when me and Bronson were hunting. That rabbit didn't make it too far, did it, Bronson?
No.
Well,
I seen the eyeball. If you go watch the YouTube video, I seen the eyeball sticking out of the grass when I walked by.
Listen, one out of 450 ain't bad, Ben.
Oh,
I'll take those
Better than
odds.
1 out of 55. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
I'll take
on,
those
Rick.
odds over 0.
well, that's kind of mean. You guys are kind of mean.
I've been worse.
Yeah, man. You got to toughen up if you're going to be around us. You got to have thick skin.
Did you see Bronson's dad's comment?
I did. I liked that.
Yeah, I was putting it up. Yeah.
I'm just seeing it. That's pretty good.
It's funny.
He tries
Thanks,
using
man.
you to get him, and then you
Thanks.
take him out on him.
I still remember me and Ben used to send Tommy through the briars. He did not like that at all.
Why-
You know, when I rabbit hunted guys without dogs years ago, I grew up on dogs. Absolutely, just grew.
Oh,
Chris will tell you,
gosh.
we always had beagles,
Smiling.
and we had
We had
a point of life where we didn't have beagles anymore, and we were kind of devastated by it. One day we were all laughing. I said, "I know how to get these doggone rabbits out," and I'd be going through the briars. And I still do it ever since he with the dogs. Look at Bronson laughing because I'll be doing it with him when we get bored. If we get bored, the dogs ain't on nothing. You'll just hear me on the other side of the hollow barking and howling going through the hollow.
That's what makes it fun. Love it.
Right.
Absolutely, that's what it's about. At the end of the day, it's all about fun.
And like if I do that and like the dogs don't come back, like I'll pretend like I'm a dog and like find a rabbit and they just come flying up the bush. They're like,
Oh,
where
dude,
is it?
that's cool.
That's funny.
I would never have thought of that. It makes total sense.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We were there one day in Bronson and his pop. We didn't hear a dog for hours. Hours. And the dogs came running down the side. And I yelled, "Here he goes!" It literally, they never seen, almost jumped right over their feet. Ran right behind him and up over the thing. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I said, "Didn't you guys see that?" They're like, "Nah, we were talking."
I'm bad about that, dude. When I small game hunt, I get to talking to whoever I'm with, and then all of a sudden something just goes flying by. But whoa, wait.
Well, your car got to move.
That's so funny you say that because I'm like, I will stop mid conversation with somebody for that and just be like, "Pardon me." Boom. Literally, we were not pheasant hunting, pigeon hunting the one day at the farm that I'm at, and it was the first time I'd ever met the lady's husband. And we're like carrying on a whole conversation about how he moved here from Boston and they got married and whatever. And this pigeon just kind of like swoops over the barns, and I was like, "Hold that thought," and I just pull up and dropped it like right at our feet, like 10 feet away. And I was like, "Yeah, so anyways, you moved here from Boston and got married." And he's like, "Yeah, that was a good shot, man." I was like, "Oh, thanks," But we were there like
You're a
pigeon hunt.
sociopath, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I do.
Anybody see Chris? Where'd Chris go again?
He's like, I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah.
Chris. Anyway, I didn't notice till Chris pointed it out. You guys see this shirt Chris is wearing?
Yeah.
Epler fur.
Oh, dude, cool.
That's a Matt Brophy shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't Women in the Wild is sponsored by Epler Fur?
Yep. Yes, they are.
That's why Chris is wearing it.
Dude, that's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Women in the wild.
When I got him the games, he gave me the shirt. I said, "I'm going to wear it and make Ben jealous."
Oh.
What you don't know is Ben has one too.
Ben?
No,
Ben, is it working?
Yeah.
Are you saying that he wants to be the shirt or that he wants the shirt?
well, he wants to be the shirt rubbed all over the.
I kind of figured.
Oh God, I think I just puked.
Did you though?
You guys are killing
I
me.
got to bow out for the evening, but it's good talking.
Hey, hold on, Jasper. Before you go,
Yes, sir.
the other subject tonight was Bigfoot. Give me your detail before you go. Your thoughts, opinions on what you think of Bigfoot. There's so much discussion on Bigfoot. I just need to know. You're in Ohio, so you're in a whole different section area than us.
Yeah, buddy. What do you think of me?
Yeah.
At a personal level, I like the guy who's labeled Bigfoot here. I like him. I think he's an interesting dude. I believe he exists. I can see him right now, so that's good enough for me. But man, dude, I don't know, dude. My thought process is that I have seen people get clear pictures of just about everything on Earth. But then I heard somebody the other day say, well, the reason you can never get a clear picture of Sasquatch is because he emits a frequency that interferes with electronics. And at that point, like, I just didn't, I'll be honest, I was like, I can't argue about this because it just doesn't, like, If Sasquatch was real or if he was fake, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change what I'm gonna do. So in my mindset, I'm gonna worry about things that I know are more concrete. I'll figure out. I'll perfect deer ribs before I worry about whether Sasquatch is real or not.
I agree. We wanted to make a BS session tonight a little bit and just have some fun and
what I'd like to I'll have to come back and watch and watch you guys' responses. But my question is, if there was one thing you could do and have Sasquatch be in the background, what would it be? As a cameo, just that's what I want to know. So,
no. You're gonna have to wait for the calendar for that, buddy.
Yo, what's funny is Brandon's wife's like, not that. Not that.
True. Yeah. No. Sasquatch cameo. So you guys let me know.
Telling you right now.
I'll tell you what mine is.
Calendar.
Mine is I'd be riding a unicycle while fly fishing, and he'd have to be in the background.
There you go.
So, a unicycle on top of it.
A unicycle. I'd have to find like a real flat bank, but I think if I could do that, I feel like I can make it work.
You don't think you on a unicycle would be enough? And then I think that would be enough. I don't know.
It's one of those things that builds on itself. You got to have more. Like, there's got to be little things in the background that continue to build on itself.
Okay, all right.
Imagine this: you're in the Appalachian Mountains or in the mountains of Alaska or New York, and you're doing a slip and slide down the hill, and it's Sasquatch that's watering the slip and slide.
Oh, dude, that's nice. I like that. That's tasteful.
And it's.
Dude, that was a good question. You kind of have me baffled by that. Like, I don't know if there is something.
This could be we could circle back to this. I don't want anybody to rush into anything. I'm especially interested in Bronson's thoughts.
Because it calls back to the first BSO video of sliding down the hill.
There you go. That could work. I like that a lot. But yeah, no, I don't want to rush you into anything, Ben. I want you to take your time. Really think about it. You only get one shot at this. Chris had a pretty good shot right off the bat. So take your time. Maybe follow up at the end of the episode, and I'll watch it, and then I'll listen to your responses, and I'll let you know what I think next time I jump on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit on that, man. I don't know. That was like a really good question.
I'm really interested to hear what Brandon's is, because that's sort of like an Inception thing. So
that's a mirror.
Really have to think about that.
A twin birth or something like that. Yeah.
It's his baby picture.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You have a great night. Enjoy the discussion.
Have a good night, Jasper.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
See ya.
So let's hear it. What's your guys' thoughts? Bronson, you start us off. I won't put you on the spot, but I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna let you start us off. What's your thoughts on
I always go first.
I know. You're young. Your opinion matters to us.
Well, you see, I never believed in them, but kind of now I still don't. But I kind of do. But I kind of don't.
All right.
You know, I was studying up the other night. I was watching a movie. Well, I wasn't. My dad was. But he told me, come here, let's study up. Well, I walked into the room and then just walked right back out because I didn't believe it.
It's okay. My mother didn't believe in me either, buddy. It's all right.
All right. Let's hear from one of you. Let me hear.
Go ahead, Chris.
I already did mine.
No, that was if he was in the background of a video or picture. What's your thoughts really on him?
Truth be told, there are always there is the idea of the missing link that nobody's ever discovered yet. And do I think there could be something? I mean, we don't know half of what's there. So anything, I don't put out anything as being possible until it's proven 100% that it's false.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, see, like if I see a picture of him, yeah, then I'll believe it. But if people could say, "Oh, I saw this, oh, I saw that," and if they don't have a picture, I don't believe them.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I have some mixed feelings on it myself. Go ahead, keep going, Chris.
No, I mean that's pretty much where we're at. It's a lot of people have claimed to see something. Could it have been an escaped gorilla, Brandon without shaving, or you know?
I'll spit my drink out. Say that.
But I mean, there's a lot of things that it could be, but could it also be something we don't know yet? Of course it could. Just like Brandon, are you anywhere near Roscoe?
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
Oh,
Roscoe
wait.
Jenkins.
Roscoe, New York. There's a fish in there called Beamock.
Yes, I know where you're talking about now.
Okay, see? It's what is it? Two-headed, kind of a giant fish.
Yeah,
Rumored to be there.
yeah, and actually, I think like within the last 10 years, somebody actually caught one, didn't they?
Yeah,
It
there
was
was something proving it.
Two-headed trout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
So
that
again-
could just be a waste spill, but who the hell knows? I
But
mean,
so could a lot of other things. You know what I mean? It could
Yeah.
be that Bigfoot, quote unquote, is some family, tribe group that never evolved past into quote unquote civilization, and the only thing they know is living, running naked in the woods. Like Ben does every Tuesday.
yeah.
That's Wednesday.
Oh,
Oh.
see, that's why I
What's
keep missing you
Tuesday?
on the trail cam.
Yeah. I only do it on Wednesday because you shut your trail cam off that day.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Well, Brandon, you're in New York, so you're in a whole nother side. I mean, you're in the same side, but a whole nother north section. I mean, you had to hear rumors as we all have. What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't think there's really any. If there were to be any Bigfoot here, I think they'd be in northern Maine. I don't think they'd be anywhere here in this state. I think they'd be in northern New Hampshire, northern Maine, where the woods are much more desolate. Um, that's a kind of a hard one because I actually know some guys in Maine that. So if they were on the East Coast, I think that's where they'd be, and I think they'd be kind of toying between Maine, New Hampshire, and Canada. And I do believe that there probably is something out there. We didn't even know that a certain group of gorillas existed until the 80s. And the discovery of that was like mind-boggling for some people. I mean, obviously they didn't exist in the United States, but there's still tribes that we don't know about in South America. There's still extreme amounts of uncharted territory in northwestern Canada, and
Canada.
just Canada in general, that whole Pacific
Yukon.
Northwest. There's so much land that hasn't been explored, and you can go for miles, even as a person, glassing pictures, whatever, and never see another person for a very, very, very long time. So the ability for something like that to be out there, I do believe is there. I don't believe all these idiots knocking trees and screaming and doing recordings and stuff in the woods, in southern Alabama or in California are getting anything done. I think it's just really funny TV. Yeah, finding Bigfoot. I just think it's funny TV and something to burn up your time with. And do I think that there could be some governmental cover up, state to state, possibly. I'm not going to say like I'm a conspiracy theorist to the point of they're harboring 1,500 aliens at Area 51, but
It's 1382.
Yeah, exactly. So could state to state be protecting something like that? That is a possibility. I know personally here, and I'll put it on the record, and everybody can fight me on it, whatever they want, that we have a sustained population of mountain lions here in New York State.
Oh, yeah.
The state will not and does not and will laugh at you, and they will trash you all over the internet, including, I'm talking game wardens and park police, and all these guys will actually like trash talk you over this in this state. I've seen them. My father's seen them. We have friends with videos of them on their cameras at their house. And the state came and confiscated those videos, but luckily those friends made copies and have distributed them amongst several unnamed people, and they want to call BS on it, but I can take you to where they are, and if we find one, we find one. You know what I mean? But I remember the first time I saw a big cat in upstate New York, and it was about 4 miles from where I grew up, and that's all desolate woods. It's 8,800 acres between Mass and New York there, and it's the Berkshire Mountain Range. And I was riding horses, and it was just me, and we were cruising through, and my horse kind of stopped and froze, and the horse knew long before I did. And I seen something, and I thought it was a deer at first, probably about 65 yards out in the scrub brush, and it crossed the road in front of me, headed back into the state land. And it was a cat about 3.5, 4 foot in length,
Jeez.
probably 2.5, 3 feet tall, with a 4.5 foot tail. But at the end of his tail, I'll never forget it. It was like broken and where's my camera? Broken and turned up like this. Like I'm talking. His tail was really long, and then the end of it, just about the last 3 to 4 inches, was snapped and turned up, like he'd been caught in a trap or something. And it was a mountain lion. You could tell exactly what it was. And so I remember, getting the hell out of Dodge basically after he had crossed, and he stopped in the road in what felt like 2 hours, stared me down. You know what I mean? It probably was only 20 seconds, but it felt like 2 hours, and my horse was froze. He wasn't even breathing. I mean, he just froze himself. And as soon as that cat had made it into the bushes, we were gone. And so we left, and I remember telling my father about it, and he laughed at me. I mean, he laughed hysterically, and my grandfather laughed, and they all laughed, and I was the biggest idiot in town until me and my father were riding about 3 weeks later in the same area, and that cat stepped out at 40 yards in front of both of our horses. And my dad jaw almost hit the ground from on top of a horse. I mean, he was just like, "Holy crap! I can't believe what I'm seeing right now." And after we left and got home and untacked the horses and everything, he goes, "I will never call you a liar again." He goes, "I'll never, never, ever, ever." And my grandfather's never seen one to this day, and he still thinks that we're both full of crap. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, they're in there. And then a guy down the road from us got some on a trail cam picture behind the high school. So right where the track and field team runs their cross country trail. So literally, I think that there is possibility of a sustained population of something that we don't know about somewhere else. So I do believe that there could be a Bigfoot. Um, and I guess until somebody produces a body, we won't know.
Exactly. And of course, would you know even if they did? Because, like you said, if they came to take those videos of mountain lions,
Yeah. Why
Now,
not just tell us we've got a population cruising through?
Yeah. Did you ever hear of Lake? And I know you fish about as much as I do.
Yeah.
Probably more. To be honest.
Maybe a little bit.
Onondaga Lake.
Yeah, I know where the Onondaga is.
That has another one called Augie. Is like a mini version of Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
So you have a lot of these things up there. Now, one you have, I'm going to say this is a mange or a hairless coyote, the chupacabra.
100% that's a hairless coyote, dude.
Yeah, I always said the same thing. I always said that's a coyote with a horrible mange, or one of them.
Yeah.
Or what they call mite diseases, where they lose all their hair.
Yeah.
Looks like the girl Ben dated in like 10th grade.
I thought it looked like Ben in 10th grade.
She was in 9th.
She was in 9th.
It makes it that much worse, dude.
Yeah. And that one there was in 10th.
That was, I remember her.
That's when her hair came in.
Jenna. But no, there's a lot of things. Actually, what I did is I found things in New York, just for the giggles of it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot because of the mountains and everything else that they are saying is around there. Of course,
number one, buddy's champ.
Yep. Which again,
the sewer alligators thing is real. So it's very funny you say that, right? So that was actually debunked, and it is real. It was somebody. There was an exotic breeder in the city, and I only know this because one of my clients ended up having the permits to take said other animals. And alligators are not permitted. They're their own permit, right? Cayman, alligators, crocodiles, but like venomous snakes and stuff are on their own permit. And you have to have a very special license to have them. And it's actually, I believe, out of state coming into New York State. So, anyways, this client of mine, her and her friends are part of like the venomous snake, alligators, cayman, all that stuff with their exotic permits. And those alligators got too big for the guy's apartment in New York City that he was. And so he picked up a manhole cover and hucked them in there.
Oh my.
And so those sewer alligators were a real thing that did happen. I want to say it was like mid early 2000s, 2009, 2010. And they ended up in the sewers and they got big. I mean, they were feasting off of rats and old food and probably feces, you know what I mean? And they got fairly good size. I don't know if they ever sustained a breeding population there or
Nothing
not.
like laying in the sewer and getting a Tootsie Roll.
Right, right. So that was an actual thing, though, and it did happen. So, but yeah, Champ is probably like the number one mythical creature here, if he's a myth or not. If he is, he's. I mean, there hasn't been a sighting in years. If he was real, he's dead by now.
I think that I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings on it. I have a lot of mixed feelings on all of it. So I'll give you for example. So this is I've been a huge believer in this since I became a Christian. So I believe if you believe in bad, you got to believe in good, right?
Yep.
So if you believe in God, you got to believe in the devil because by the Bible, then neither one exists, right? So, and there's a lot of people in that myth who say, well, there's no evil. Well, there is evil. I'm not saying there's. Do I think there's spirits? I do. I do think they exist. I think there's a thing out there. I think that I've never, knock on wood, please God, don't ever let me. I've never heard or seen one. I don't want to. But I do believe it exists. I know people that personally have. And their life was crazy for a long time that they figured it out and learned how to, deal with what they've seen. But now, in the scenario of Bigfoot, I just find it hard to believe that we have all these cameras, all these videos, and no one has seen it. No one has seen real proof. Now, do I agree with you and Chris on if there was real proof, would someone,
extract it from
it and hide it? I do.
Population.
I do believe if there was real proof, that would be the outcome. So, yes, I agree with you on that. If there was real proof, I think they would try to hide it, okay? I would hope they would try to hide it, and I know this ain't for the reason, but I would hope if they did hide it, it would be for the safety of what it is. But, just like you said, they came in, they took your videos, right? Or not yours, but the guys.
The guy down the road, yeah.
And there's still true copies floating around, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there got to be a copy somewhere. Someone really got to say this thing. I mean, if it really does exist, there's got to be proof somewhere, right? Like, I'm not trying to be smart, but, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that I want to have fun. Dude, if you think I won't go get a boot print with claw marks on and stick it in the ground so it looks like Bigfoot's following you, and I say to you, Chris, what's this? You're wrong. I will. Ask him. Chris will vouch it.
Who's the guy that went?
Bronson's like, he will.
Who's the guy that went with me ghost hunting?
Was that me?
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was that long ago.
Have you guys ever seen the video clip? This is a true story. He was like a Facebook or a YouTube influencer or like the Instagram guy, but there's a giant, like an actual giant walking on a snow-capped mountain. And you can, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And he drives up this mountain. There's a one-way road up this mountain. There's a giant walking across the top of the mountain. I'm talking this guy's got to be like 18 feet tall, like a monster, right? And it's a figure of a man, like 18 feet tall, walking on a mountain. And you can see it from like miles off. And you're like, holy crap. And so he drives up and he's met by like a black car. And the car's all tinted out, and a guy steps out in a suit and he goes, "You need to leave. We're with the CIA." And so, like, at first you think it's all staged and everything and all this stuff. But then that car, like, follows him for weeks after. Like, everywhere he goes. Yeah, this is the dude.
All right, I want to see this. I'm super intrigued. You truly have my attention.
Yes.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
So this guy, though, at first you think it's staged, but he's now on the missing persons list and has not been seen since his last like video of like the car peeling out of his yard. And you think it looks like super staged, like, oh, they're on to us, and then like the car blows out of his like driveway or whatever. But then like a day later, he ends up on the missing persons report. Family can't find him, nobody can find him, and he's still currently missing.
Chris, is there a way to blow that up?
What is it?
You
And
try to blow
Person,
my-
dude. No, seriously, pull over, pull over. It's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
Dude, if you've seen what I've seen right now,
But look how big that mountain is.
before we get flagged for the copyright strike.
Yeah, they cropped a lot of that because there's like the original video. He's like gets met by a black car that cuts him off.
Well, technically, that's on TikTok. Can we get hit by copyright?
Yes,
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
because a
public view.
YouTube TikTok cross.
it doesn't.
I don't know how it works,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They, as long as it's somebody's copyrighted music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the music that got us.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it. That's why I didn't understand it. Though, well, it's all right. It's on live. Okay.
Yeah, so that video's cropped though because
yeah.
like the original, he gets met by like a black. It wasn't a Crown Vic. I want to say it was a Charger, like a cop car looking car, all tinted out, black on black on black, and a guy steps out in a suit and is like, "You need to leave," and flashes a CIA badge, and then follows him for like weeks. And then he ends up going on a missing persons thing, and he's still currently missing. Nobody knows where he is. So it's just really weird.
I do agree. I agree. The whole thing's weird. I mean,
Like-
somebody's seen something to start it. I mean, there's no doubt. Nobody just made it up. Somebody seen
Now
something.
explain to me what was on that mountain, Ben.
On that mountain.
You saw it.
I didn't.
move?
So I didn't see it move. It could have been the wind moving it. It didn't walk like 6 feet.
Oh, it totally walked like 25 feet.
It when you see that video, to me it looks like it's here and it maybe moved that far if you're lucky.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about that, think of how far that mountain was away.
I agree, but I mean that wind, if you have a good wind at a distance, it'll look ridiculous to a man. I think most things can be debunked. I
Oh,
truly
man.
think most things in the world can be debunked.
Well, you should probably go looking for this guy then, because he was wrongfully murdered or something. He's missing. He's in a ditch in a bayou in South Louisiana now or something. But
I don't want you to think I'm saying that it's not real or it's not, because I was intrigued. You had my attention. I wanted to see it. And I agree,
yeah,
whatever it
I'll
was.
try
was
and
true.
find like the whole report on that deal because it was like this whole big thing in 2022, and it like got wild. It was all over the internet, and then boom, he just went missing. So
I'm a facts guy. Right out, I'm a facts guy. I'm mountain lions in PA. Do they exist? They
well,
do.
one got hit by a car there, so
Yeah.
they were
do.
there.
I have seen a video. I will not give the man's name. I used to work with him. He took a video coming to work, a couple miles from his house over the mountain, actually not super far from Bronson, and it was dragging a deer across the highway. So yes, they do exist.
Now, there is one creature I've seen called the great poopy-headed traitor, and I want to show that one now.
Oh God, I'm afraid of this.
Are you sure it wasn't a dream?
What is wrong with you? Where did you
She-
find this?
You should be playing Gone Hunting. Instead, they're not. They're not playing Gone Hunting.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I just
Dude,
saw
I'm-
she posted it when I was looking for other stuff, and I'm like, I got it. she'd
Oh, dude.
appreciate it. She would appreciate that I got her.
That is hilarious. Fake poop on her head.
That's Ben's
Funny.
mom, my Aunt Tina. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've mixed. I've mixed on it all. Do I believe there's a possibility? Absolutely. Do I think that by now somebody should have seen it? I do. You know, I'm not the guy. I believe most things can be debunked. But now here's one for you. So I'm going to go off subject there. Do you believe that there's a cure for cancer, or do you believe that we blow the cure off so people spend thousands and thousands of dollars for these guys to have?
Oh, I absolutely believe there's a cure for cancer.
Yep, you and I both. I believe all these educated people in the world, we can fix anything. I believe there's a cure for cancer. And I believe that we only
we've had it
allow
for at
people
least
to die
20
because
years.
we're a bunch of selfish son of a guns.
I believe it's an insurance plea. I
Yep.
believe it's all just nothing but money going around and around in a circle.
Well, it's
And
like
I
dough
believe
tags.
we've had the cure to kill off cancer cells for probably 20 years,
Yeah.
at least. So
Well, it's like AIDS. They say if you have AIDS, you drink a bottle of Clorox, you'll die, but the AIDS are gone.
well, that's true.
It's been proven. No, it's been proven. Like no crap, right? So you're telling me there's not something in Clorox to cure AIDS? I mean, come on.
I mean,
There's got to be a way you can. There's got to be a way you can mix them together. I mean, all the money we spend in scientific.
I mean, you just don't think that because AIDS is like an immune system living organism that
Mm-hmm.
that because you're dead, it's now dead.
Maybe, but there's got to be.
I mean,
I don't. I don't. I just believe if you think about it hard enough, it doesn't make sense. I mean, think about it. It doesn't make sense. There's got to be. We have to know how to fix it. We got to know how to cure it, and we got to know how to do it at a high pace level. But if we do it at a high pace level, we don't get the insurance money. So why would we fix it at a high pace level? We don't. You know, the doctor at the hospital don't get to drive his extra Ferrari or Porsche for the year.
You're saying we. Are you in on the take?
he's got a mouse in his pocket.
No, I'm just saying we as people.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that is really. I don't know. I feel like the world is really corrupt,
Well, of course.
and that
That's why
everything is
George-
just
George
chilling.
Carlin said it's a big club and you're not in it.
Yeah.
Now I
I'm
will
an
say
open book.
I've known a few things. Like I've known people in military intelligence, and they said they they got me the Rosetta Stone for free, like the whole software, which is pretty cool. So I, learned different languages, and but they worked on the satellites that send, SETI,
I've heard of that.
search for extraterrestrial life. Well, they send out a message, and they said they got one back. Now, I also know somebody that worked at Area 51, and Area 51 is just a high-tech aircraft thing. They said when you get in there, they fly you in. I forget what the plane is called. It starts with a J, Janice or Jane or something like that. But anyway, they fly you in. You get undressed in the hangar, like stripped buck naked in the hangar. Then you get into the special uniform you're allowed to wear when you're in Area 51. And then when you go home, you have to get back undressed, get dressed in your regular clothes, get on the plane. The plane takes you to Vegas, and then you go home. Yeah, that's what that. It's just so high tech and secretive that's what that is. I don't know what planes they were working on. I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, and I don't know if you want to hear this one. This one's pretty bad.
Well, you can't say that and stop talking, or did the screen freeze?
No. The planes on 9/11, they had U.S. fighter jets behind them, and they were told to let them go.
Well, yeah, no, that we did know.
Some people don't. But yeah, my buddy was in the Air Force, and he said we had jets right behind the one in PA, the ones in New York, and the ones at the Pentagon. They said we were told just let them go. And that's why it is what it is.
I mean, I guess I'm 6 one way, half a dozen another on that.
Yeah, I mean, you shot him down, you could have killed people, but why wouldn't we shoot him down over water or something where we took a
They
chance?
they didn't clear the water there.
No, especially not in PA, but I'm just saying, they made it seem like it was a surprise. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what I'm getting at. They made it seem like, oh my God, they hit the towers. We had no idea this was going on. That's BS. They knew because they
Yeah.
were behind them.
Well, that was like the submarine deal we had recently, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you can go into conspiracy theory, but they found all the debris on the Sunday, and they didn't release till what, a Wednesday?
Yeah. No,
And
that's
then-
not even a conspiracy because it's
Yeah.
they
Well,
know.
it's the cover up of keeping you distracted for 3 days while they were money laundering stuff to the Ukraine. So
All right. Listen.
we don't have to get crazy though.
Okay,
Well, I
hold on.
can go crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta say it. I gotta say it. And I don't care who hates me. God forgive me for telling the truth and how I feel. But who takes a Nintendo remote down without extra batteries?
You know, I was thinking that the other day.
I don't get it. Like all you needed was batteries to stay alive.
I had a good laugh about that the one day. I'm like, I can just see them all now, like on their way down. Like, hey, you got those double A's, bro? No,
Oh,
I thought you got the double A's. Who packed the? Oh shit, we forgot the batteries. Like, I can just see it now, you know. But that thing just imploded from micro cracks.
What shirt does he want? Sorry, what shirt does he want? What am I
I don't
missing?
know. But
Mine's
I'm wondering
a
why.
little late
I'm
to
wondering
the
why
party.
Barnes. I'm wondering why Barnes is at the beach and did not invite any of us. Because I mean, I would do beach fishing. I do shore fishing. You know what I'm saying?
You would go beach fishing. What are you fishing on the beach?
You cast from
People.
the beach.
People are you like,
Crabs,
Well,
sand
some-
fleas,
Yeah, sand. Yeah,
sand fleas.
bikini tops. Just,
oh God. Bronson,
You
don't
asked.
listen to him.
you brought that up.
Bronson, don't listen to him. Put him in, Bronson. Put him in.
You brought it up.
Well, guys, I gotta get rolling. I gotta give one of my dogs a flea. Well, actually, I gotta give both of them flea baths just to make sure and go from there and all that good stuff. But tomorrow starts the red tags for me.
Really?
And, oh yeah, they showed up today. My buddy Andy's on the warpath with the deer. So
I think it's
All right,
August 1st here. I was looking. I think it's August 1st here.
yeah, it's supposed to be that here, but he's showing damage already. So they were like, "Yo, here's your tags."
Well, save me a couple.
Dude, we just keep calling and getting more. They just keep sending them to us.
When was I supposed to come up?
Whenever you want, buddy.
All right,
Mid September, tail end of September.
sounds good.
Make it at least the second week of September, because what'll happen is these guys won't cut their fields until at least mid September, and if they don't, then we got to play around on the boat to harvest geese. So if we can harvest geese in the field, I can set up the night before. It'll be a lot easier, and we can goose hunt in the morning and then red tag hunt in the evening. So. And you're more than welcome to crash on the couch here if you want. And if that doesn't suit your fancy, there's a Hilton Garden Inn right down the road. So
Sounds like a plan.
there's some homeless people down there too. I'm sure they'll give you a tent and a sleeping bag if you want. But
Hey.
but
We already had homeless in our hunting spot last year. You know, we might as well.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before. Homeless guys just strolling through. But yeah, no, you're more than welcome to crash here and come up the night before or whatever. We'll have dinner. Then the next morning we'll get up and set up and go from there.
So this is what Barnes wants. You guys
Yeah.
see this?
Oh, I like it.
I made these shirts for somebody, I don't know, about a year ago. This was one. I love this shirt. I thought it was awesome.
It's a good shirt, man.
And then I made another one with a big footprint and a Sasquatch standing in the middle of the footprint. I actually have a couple of them here. I have ones with I have one where he's carrying a rifle on a deer too.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Nice.
So I just want to show you guys. That's what I just realized. I'm like, what is Barnes talking about?
Nobody usually knows, but I'm glad we got
Right.
that.
Did Bronson leave?
I think you scared him.
He got abducted. We were talking about aliens at Area 51, and he's
No, Chris talked about pulling his bikini off. That was it. He's done. Poor kid
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
he's like, "Mom, hide your bikini tops. Chris is going fishing."
Mom, if you see Chris, man, I'm telling you, stay away from that guy. He's weird.
Hey,
Too funny.
it's like a claw machine, but awesome.
Yeah, figure out what you want to do mid-September, and
All right, cool.
we'll figure out a day. Probably, if you make it, like I said, if you make it Friday, or you come up on Friday and make it a Saturday, we can blow the whole day and
Yeah,
harvest a bunch of them. I got plenty of shotguns, plenty of ammo, stuff like that.
sounds
Um,
good.
and probably if it's a Saturday or Friday, get a couple boys in and we can harvest a bunch of them. So and then we'll go red tag hunting that night. We can red tag hunt during the day too. So
Yeah.
See what Barnes just wrote. I just spit my drink.
thought he was at the beach. He
Yeah,
didn't
he
go
just,
sleep
he
over
just
yet.
wrote before that he's drinking a little, so now you know why he's writing just stuff he's writing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, might as well call that a day then. On that
All right.
note.
You guys have a good night. I got to peace out.
All right. See you, buddy.
See you guys next week.
Yep.
So I don't know who's still watching. Amy Winslow, you have won. The salmon flies. Get a hold of us. You have 30 days from today. So it's now set at the beginning of the show and the end of the show, and nobody can say they didn't see it.
And I have Todd Brady and Alex Kinnaman for the gone hunting giveaways.
And I have a gone hunting cup I'm going to throw up on the site that I'm going to give everybody a chance to win live.
Not that you're going to throw up in it, but I mean, you're going to.
That's okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw that up. I want everybody to try to buy a game here. And I'll put that on.
Scott.
See you, Scott. Thanks for watching. And we'll go from there.
All righty, y'all.
Now, any special guests next week?
Yes. Yes.
I know. I was letting you say it.
Dang, I am terrible with names. So just give me 1 second and a half. Kevin, I'm going to call it Shaud, Shaud. That's who we have next week. I know there's the company with it, but I only get the name.
That's fine. So, Kevin Shaud. Chris, he's one of your guys, right?
I thought he was one of yours. Hold on. Wait, don't
Not
make
one
me
of
punch
mine.
it.
I don't know. I got a bunch. I put messages out every week.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's hard to keep
It could
up.
be. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I thought he was one of your guys. I thought he was the board game guy.
Whitetail Wilderness. That's the Whitetail Wilderness guy.
Oh, Whitetail Wilderness. There you go. So,
yeah. So we're going to ask them about when we can come on, when we're going to get a booth, when are we going to get the giveaways like Jazz Veer got, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Whitetail Wilderness will be on, and
I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited. We haven't had a special guest in a while, Chris.
Yeah, they were good. They're good people because they reached out to us and asked us to be there. So I mean, you can't argue. I might joke around and give them hell a bit, but nothing.
Oh, that was Whitetails Unlimited, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. Whitetails Unlimited. That was in Whitetail Wilderness. Is the guy that made the deer game? Yes.
Yeah. I got you, Chris.
Again, it's late.
That's why we're a team, brother. That's why we're a team. I got you.
Been running around all day. Now the week after we have Vicky Casey.
Yep, with Chasing the Open Air.
Yes. I almost said Open Sky, but you know what I mean.
So we're excited to have her as well. So I love having guests on just because it's a new conversation, new person, new.
And Jazz Veer stays longer than 20 minutes.
But yeah, hey man, that's it. Let's cancel this baby.
All right.
Let's roll this show out.
All right.